He messaged me after saying it was fractured, and I was like, I feel like I'd like to fracture a couple more of his fingers just to see what it felt like to hear the bones break.
What the fuck? Should I be worried?
Do you ever wish you were in America? You think you just pull out your gun on them?
Legally, don't answer that.
It's a common occurrence over there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I would love to have a gun. Just like solve so many of your issues.
Welcome back to Critical Banter. This is the podcast where we take the very best bits from your favorite late night shows and package them into one singular podcast. On this week's episode, we are bringing back Tic Tac Toe, but an actors edition, just in time for the Oscars, as well as a new segment called Fractured Thoughts. We'll be telling you the origins of that name later. But before that chapter, we got me, Miguel, we have Rowie.
G'day.
Seni. Hello.
And full house today. We have Kushagra Kundra.
Yes, well done, fellas. All four of us here. It's scenes, honestly scenes. I'll be putting a clapping sound effect in the post after the introduction. I think we deserve it. I got something real quickly. You saw my story. I rated someone.
Yes.
What were your thoughts? I didn't get your thoughts, you know?
I think you gave him a high rating. He didn't look like a...
Give him a 7.5
out of 8.
What do you mean he didn't physically he doesn't look
What
like
do you
a
mean by
7.5?
that?
So, look, I think when you start off the review, like 7.5 out of 8 for this guy, random dude you watched a movie with.
But it's that experience. It's not that guy.
I think also the bias is it's like one of his best mates. So I think that's where the bias comes in.
Yeah, that's what I wanted clarification. Is it this person in general, or was it just that one night
It's
you
that
spent
one
together?
experience. So the whole point is it should change. So if I go with him again to a movie, maybe he drops a drink at the movie.
Well, explain what this is for people who may not have been here 6 weeks ago.
So a couple of I had a dilemma basically. You know, I moved all my movie stories to Mrs. Dorper Smith. Check it out. Gotta plug it one more time. But then I had a dilemma where I was like, I feel like I needed to do stories on my own private.
You needed
channel.
another creative outlet.
Exactly, and I like the idea of reviews. Couldn't obviously do movie reviews. I can't do something like album reviews on my main
Food
one.
reviews, not you.
Doesn't work. So I had an idea, and it was I'd rate the experience that I had with someone on a night.
People reviews.
Yeah, people reviews. But I think the key differentiator is the experience I had with the person.
Okay. So, fast forward.
Yeah.
You've met up with someone. You've watched a movie with them. You've given him 7.5 out of 8.
Yeah.
Put it up on the Insta story.
Put on the Insta story.
Do you have a highlights little kind of thing on your profile where I can go back and have a look at the archives of reviews of people?
I will. I have to change that.
You need to make a story highlight.
You need to have a story highlight because I want to go back and I want to, because I kind of, it was a while ago.
Yeah,
Have
it
you not
was.
been out with anyone since?
No, I have, but it's like at the same time, those are some of the kinds of people I probably don't want to start off just yet.
See, this is why
This is where it gets a bit tricky. It gets a bit dicey, you know? I think it's a little
Well,
bit
you're
dicey.
not close enough with these people to...
Yeah, I don't think I'm close
It's
enough.
fine. Take photos and put an emoji on the head and call it a day, man.
I still remember you still said that his govy, so you still are identifying them.
So that guy,
what's the one of-
obviously, because I told him straight up and he was like, yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Next one could be coworker 127. And
I
then
will try.
That's fine, dude. Keep it slightly anonymous.
to humanize them, bro. You don't need to give them names or anything. You
Is
just
that
give
the
them-
next evolution? You do it at work. Like your manager calls you in for a performance review and then you review the performance review with your manager.
1 out of 8. Didn't give me a pay rise.
I'll do another one this week. I promise.
Who's the victim?
I will. There is something that's happening on Thursday, I believe, 10 or so people. So I'm thinking I'll pick one. I'll let them know. And you'll see it on
Review them.
Thursday night.
Or you have 10 separate reviews. Space them out. Space them out.
It's your next 10 weeks of
Take
Take
content.
photos in different backdrops so it looks like different.
No, that ruins the integrity.
Yeah.
Look, I liked the reviews. I found it humorous.
Yeah.
I told my partner about what you were doing. She also thought it was a very funny idea.
Yeah.
So it's got validation from the people. I think it's a good thing to keep going. But I need a consistent. Like right now, you're not the
I'm not consistent.
people review guy. You're just a guy who's reviewed one
Dude randomly.
like completely out of the blue.
Review one of us today,
I'll
right?
review one
Yeah,
of you
maybe.
today.
Review one of
Yeah.
us today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, if you're not doing anything, review your dad. You know. You're at home with your dad, review him.
I think Mr. Kundra would like that.
You need to keep the
I don't know
content
if I should
coming.
do it daily though.
Not
daily,
not
but-
daily.
But I think that in the early stages of this person, you need to build your brand.
Yeah, correct.
And-
Because again, you reviewed one guy like 2 weeks ago.
Randomly.
And also, if you didn't listen to the podcast,
Yeah.
no context, you just randomly done a
yeah,
review.
someone did say at work, being like, "What the fuck?" Review a guy.
So in the following week, I think you need to do like 2 or 3.
Yeah,
3
you-
in the next
All right,
week.
so this week I've got one on Thursday, I've got one today, and I'll try to do one on Tuesday, perhaps somewhere there.
Somewhere in the middle. Or maybe
Beautiful.
at
or
the end of the
weekend,
week.
maybe
yeah.
Saturday.
And then you got to chuck a highlight on because then if people go to your profile, they see, oh, okay, the reviews.
But I
of
feel like
my
the
friends.
highlights
the thing
only
you're
work
doing.
when I do it like it's for one specific guy. Like
No,
how he is
bro.
on
I
the
want to see all your experiences with people.
And it's
Yeah.
also just a nice little section, like a little section for
Like,
you.
like your mate 7.5, Rohit 2, the guy you watch a movie with 6. I want to see.
yeah,
That's my problem. I feel like you're doing it with people you know, so you're not going to give them
I'm
a low.
telling
I
you,
want
bro.
to see a low score.
Go to the office when you get your coffee, take a photo of the barista, blur their head if you have to, but review the geese. Good coffee.
Yeah, great interaction. Ask me what I
Took
want.
too long.
Spelled my name wrong.
it's always a bit tough when people look at. It's taking the photo of a person you don't know. How am I going to make that
Look,
not
no one said it was going to be easier, right?
Yeah, I know that.
This
No
is the
one
life
said it was
you
above
choose.
board as well. As long, trust me, put something on their head, you'll be fine.
Okay, I'll
Remove
try.
it.
Okay, I'll try to sneak in. There's 2 definites of people that I know. I'll try to sneak in one this week of someone that I don't know at all.
Or you half know. Like, I think you need to have a valid interaction
Yeah.
with them. Like, you can't just take a photo of someone on the bus
No,
and
no.
be like,
Obviously, it's still an experience, but that
Right.
experience could be like a barista that I buy it from, right? It could
Yeah.
be like that. So
that's more, yeah. But you
Remove
need
all
to.
PII and you'll be fine.
yeah, true.
But I kind of like the idea of just seeing, like, naming and shaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's-
Barista on Clarence Street. Who cares what his name is?
Yeah, the guy on the bus, like you said, played his music too loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But I think your first 5 to 10 should be people you actually know.
Yeah, I think that's
And
when the
then
brand
you can
This is the
start,
next
you know,
evolution.
yeah,
If
that's the
if you
next.
want to
Agreed.
ramp up the
Yeah.
quantity, this is where you go.
All right. This week, a minimum of 2 people that.
So who are
I
you
will
choosing
know.
out of us for this week?
We'll see how my experience is individually today. We'll see how it is.
Boys, this week, I just want to say I'm thankful for you. I'm grateful for you because I had a near-death experience, and I just feel like I want to express my gratitude to the people that are around me that I care about because I saw my life flash before my very eyes.
Did you turn right on a roundabout again?
Yeah.
It wasn't in a car.
Oh.
I went to the beach on the weekend. And I went with 2 of my mates, and one of them had just completed their advanced surf life saving certification or something like that, right? And she was telling us about it. So Mon, who's done this, she basically was like, look, like I know exactly what to do when someone's in danger. Like I'm gold star trained, right? So I'm sitting here with my friend Mel, and we're like, oh, fantastic. Like, perfect. We're good to go. Because we went to the beach in the evening.
Okay.
No lifeguards, no flags, plenty of surfers. So we're like,
What were their names?
And this when privacy legal doesn't exist in our company, man.
unknown. So I'm sitting on the beach with them, and she's telling me about her advanced surf life saving certification. And then I was like, I've never been caught in a rip. Like, I don't know what that's like. Like, I don't understand why people drown, quite frankly. And so we decide to venture into the water.
Oh my God.
And we have a bit of a swim, and we're having a great time, dare I suggest. And like we're floating, you know, doing all the typical beach things, right? Smashing the waves. And then at some point we're like, oh, like we should probably go in, like I'm getting a bit tired. And we look, and then where we had thought we were, and because there's no flags, okay, essentially there was no flags to give you a reference point of like where you are and how far you've drifted to the right or the left.
Yeah, right.
But that was fine. The problem was we had a reference point to how far we had drifted out because the surfers were all where the waves are, right? So they were all in the same spot. And so when we had a look at where we were 100 meters past
Oh my God.
the surfers. And then we're like, oh, like that's fine. Like we're pretty far out. We should probably just head back
Swing
in.
back, yeah.
So we started swimming, right?
And 100 meters into the
Like
into the
ocean,
into
brother.
the abyss. Yeah, gotcha.
Into the bloody Pacific. Like,
Halfway to Hawaii, mate.
may as well have been. So we're like, oh, this is like a bit sketch. Like, let's go. Panic zero at this point. Panic stations at this point, 0 out of 10. Well, let's swim back, right? So we start swimming, like back straight. And we look up after we've been swimming for a while. Doesn't feel like we've moved. Surfers are still like ages away. Then we're like, what's happening here? And at this point, like nothing had still caught on. At this point, panic stations are like 3 because I'm like, I can swim, but I don't do like distance swimming. Like I haven't swum for a while. So like, I'm getting a bit tired. Then I have a look and the surfers are coming towards us. And I'm like, oh, like, sick.
Closer. There you go.
Yeah, that's nice of them. Like, I wonder like what they want to, maybe they just think we're in trouble, so they're going to help. Fantastic. The surfers come through and they're like, oh, do you guys know you're caught in a rip? And I was like, oh, like this makes so much sense. All right. No dramas at all. And then he's like, then he said, for some reason, right? He's like, oh, you like people have died out this way. And then,
God.
and then turned around and then just swam the other way. And so at this point, I was like, okay, here we go. Like we're on here. We're so far away. We're so far away from the shore and so far away from the surface.
So wait, how did he get away so easily?
He's a bored man.
Oh.
Wait, did he experience that?
He has the apparatus.
Didn't he, try and offer a hand to any of you?
Yeah.
No hand. He's just like, oh, you caught in a rip? People had died last week.
What
and
a
then
rare Donny.
and just starts swimming on his way, right? Panic stations for me have now gone from a 3 to like a 7.
That's 100, mate.
So a 7. And then I see like one of my mates swimming, like Mel, she's just gunning it. Like she's just swimming as far away as she can.
Back towards the beach.
Not back. So we swim parallel because that's what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Like now the lights have turned on. We're in a rip.
Yeah.
Now like I know what to do when you're in a rip. So we swim parallel and then in, right? And then we get to the shore. It's all good, but like I'm pretty tired. Like I was very exhausted, like from the swim because it was a long swim, right? And we get to the shore, and I'm talking to my friends, and then we're like, oh, like they're trying to play it off like they're not panicking, but you could see there was a little bit of panic, right? I was like, oh, that was pretty scary, no? Then I was talking to Mel. I was like, why were you swimming so fast? And then she had thought the surfer said there was a shark. And then she was like, I just need to swim faster than you.
Survival.
Yeah, she literally was like, I thought there was a shark, and all I could think of was I just have to swim faster than Rohit because the shark would get him. Yeah. And that day I looked around and I knew who my friends
Real
were.
friends.
Real friends.
Wait, so she thought she was going to outrun the shark as well?
Oh, yeah, no, she just thought she had to outrun me. That's
So
the
you
same.
take-
Yeah, the shark will take a break, munch on him, and she'll be back at shore.
By the time she's
That's
good.
fucked.
But I get to anyways, near that experience. So I just want to say that I'm grateful for everything this life has to offer. The podcast, the fans. Just I'm really in touch these days.
I
So
can't wait for next week until his next fucking adventure.
Yeah.
What other rules are you going to break?
Oh,
that'll-
I'm back with Mr. Potato Head after a near-death experience.
The more turning right and around about, mate. It'll disregard this whole experience.
no, dude, I literally.
Are you turning left and roundabouts now?
No, of course not. It's very convenient to turn right and a roundabout when you need
Can
to
I
turn
ask,
around.
did you have any moments did you have a little flash before your eyes? No, you...
No, because okay, so this is interesting because like we were so far away from the shore. What was going through my head is like I could just see my dad like in my head, just like, why were you swimming? I was like, why were you swimming without any lifeguards or not between the flags or whatever?
I mean, that's a fair question.
Yeah, very fair question, but like
Not now, bitch.
yeah. So all I can think of is like I need to survive just so I could. First of all, my dad. I didn't tell my dad this story because I knew what he was going to say. He's probably going to listen to this and
Too bad he's an
the
avid
words
listener of the
anyways.
podcast.
But all I could think of was like, I don't want my dad to be proven right in this situation. Like,
So you didn't care about your life. You just didn't want to be proven wrong to
Well,
your
that
dad.
was part of. Obviously, I cared about my
secondary.
life. Yeah, secondary.
So
Obviously.
will you do swimming like that again without the flags, without the guards?
Yeah, I will. Like, but I don't know because like
You're respecting the water now. You're respecting a
You'll
rip.
always keep an eye out for the shoreline, right?
You now believe in rips. You believe in. Do
I
you
believe they
in it?
exist. I believe the riffs exist. I can see very.
Do you believe in
easily.
drowning now?
I believe in drowning.
Can you feel a rip?
No, that's the thing. You don't feel anything.
I always thought a rip, you can feel the current taking
That's
you.
what I thought. So
That's
like,
what I thought. I swear you got taught that in school. Like you can, if you feel, you're getting moved, that you're in a rip.
yeah. So that's why we didn't know we were in a rip because like you don't feel anything. We were just swimming and then at some point we just saw that we were so far out. Like we didn't feel like the current.
So how did that
pulling
other
us.
guy know? How did the surfer know? Can you see it or something? Or
Yeah, how did he know? Yeah.
I think they just experience like so. The rips don't happen with the waves. Like when the waves stop, like you're in that splash zone of the waves,
yeah.
and you're past that. That's where like the rip is.
So you're behind the waves.
So you're behind the waves. So like when you're in this water, we're basically in flat water,
water.
like completely flat
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
And then I think the surfers, they just have been in the water for so long
One
they
with
can
the water,
identify it.
So as your regular life-saving podcast, swim parallel whenever you're caught in a rip.
Yeah, the issue was like, and it actually worked. Like it worked like a treat because we were swimming directly back into shore for like 5-6 minutes and not moving. And then as soon as we started swimming like parallel and then in.
Do you know how far you had to go to get out of the rip, or can you tell again?
No, that I didn't know. I assume there is like some sort of way to tell, but I didn't know how to do that. At some point I was just like, when I was close enough to the surfers, I was like, let's just see how we go. We'll do a bit of a test.
Well, look, we're glad you're alive, bro. Somewhat.
As am I.
You know, it's good content. Appreciate it.
Thanks for bringing it to the table.
How do people die in rips?
Because you don't know, and then you try swimming back to shore.
And you get tired.
And you just get so tired. Because I was tired. Like I was actually physically tired after swimming for 6 minutes and not moving at all. And then like the demons in your head, you're like, oh my God, I've got like, because then at this point I don't know it's a rip, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm still so far away. And then it's just like a mental game. It's like, I'm tired. There's no like, I can't hold anything to keep me up. And you feel like you have to keep swimming back to shore. And then you just get tired and you die. That's essentially what I felt. And so like that was like when I was told it was a rip, that was actually like a little bit easier to know. Like I felt a bit better because I was
knew
like,
what was happening.
oh, okay, this makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
But if I didn't, I'm just swimming back and I die because I just get tired. Or I just like, I don't know, get my life.
So really,
back.
that surfer guy did you a solid.
Kind of.
By telling you people have died.
Mate, that's the motivation you needed.
I love how he's probably like, I covered my legal basis. If someone is recording
Yeah.
this, I've given them fair warning.
Yeah, I thought he was going to offer a board so I could hold it and he takes
Yeah,
me
that's
in
what I
like,
thought
you
he
know,
would've
Bondi
done.
Life
He's got
Rescue.
surfing to do, man. Who are you to detract from his schedule?
Righty, final update of the football saga. Kush, and for anyone else who has forgotten maybe, the saga is we got kicked out of our last team. There was no consent with that. We were just banished to the streets, and then we were looking for a new team. So now we've got a few updates. So last week I said, or was it last week? Maybe the week before. I said I ran into our goalkeeper from our last team who had also been kicked out and wasn't aware that he got kicked out, and I had to break the news.
Yeah.
Well, this week we have found out that our last team that kicked us all out actually messaged this goalkeeper and said, hey, we actually need a keeper. Do you want to come back? That's right. Our old captain had to go, tail between his legs.
Hat in hand.
To this poor bloke and to say, hey, man, we really, really need a keeper. Any chance you can, see the goodness in your heart and let it come back.
Did integrity win or no?
Did he accept?
This is after he messaged in the group, the goalkeeper messaged in the group chat, and no one in the team replied, not even the captain, no one. So
You've broken the bad news. You're not in the team. Then a week later, captains come back and be like, actually, we'd like you to play because our other goalkeeper, your second choice, but our other goalkeeper dropped out.
we wanted to replace you, but your replacement didn't play.
Tell me integrity once then. Tell me.
You'll be a happy man to know, Kush, that he said no.
Yes,
Did he
sir.
actually?
He did say no, and he actually said that he found another team.
Who is this man? Can you give out his gobby? Is that?
Wait.
I want to clap him. I want to
Hang
clap
on,
him.
wait, what? Give him a what?
That too. He's done great, to be honest.
Wait, so he said no.
He said no.
Wow.
I actually applaud that. That is beautiful. Well done. That is stunning from him. I respect that.
You would have done the same thing in that position,
But
right?
do you reckon he only said no because he had another team? If he didn't have another team,
Whether or not he has another team is unconfirmed, but that is what
The no is confirmed.
The no is
Right.
confirmed. He said he had another team. I don't know. Maybe he just said that, but yeah.
Sure.
But yeah, he said no.
He knows his worth, and I respect that.
I respect that highly.
big time.
I think it's a big dog play.
Yeah.
and I respect it.
that's an unbelievable. Oh, that's so tough. That's embarrassing kind of for the captain to come back. Like,
Yeah, good. Fuck the captain.
I wouldn't have like. I think like because for example, like I captain the Oztag team, right? And if I had rejected someone
And then you have
and had to go back, I don't think I would have done
you
it.
can't. You
The
wouldn't
thing
do
is, he
it.
didn't even reject him. He just like
Ghosted him.
ghosted him.
No,
That's
I-
worse.
If you
That
were
what
to
makes
kick
it
some,
worse.
if you were to kick someone out of the Oztag team for next season,
Yeah.
how would you go about it?
I would just be like,
Because
sorry,
you don't
man.
create a new group chat.
You
right?
never won
You have
one,
the same group
you know?
chat the whole time.
Yeah, we just kick people like from the chat. I just be like, hey, bro, like
Too many people.
too many people this season, and
Forewarning.
see you later.
That's
No, so
fine.
that you could go back potentially
Yeah,
because
be
you've
like,
given
hey,
them the courtesy
yeah,
of
we've got
look,
space now.
sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's so much worse is the fact that he didn't say a single thing. to the
Exactly.
captain.
Okay. Well, respect to the goalie. He says no.
Beautiful.
Move along.
And this is a week of good updates. So now we said we were trialing for another team, and
Yep.
Kush, it's official.
We're in.
The captain has given us the tick, the
Yes,
nod of approval. All three of us have been accepted.
Beautiful.
And even more so, this man, I'll shout him out. Thevi, he's a good
Debbie,
man.
Yeah.
He asked us for our Manscaped code.
Oh, yes.
And he said he got the box last week. And he said it was a wonderful product.
Wow,
And he said
mate.
he'll be sending us photos to show how good it is.
Yes, sir.
But he has
That's
to
it.
wait till next time he shaves because he wants to send before as well. So before and
Before and
after.
after.
Fair enough.
So if you want to reach out to Dommy, who's our man at Manscaped, if you want to give him a customer, testimonial.
Drew is our man.
Our man Drew, you can send him Thevy's gonads. So all happy on that front. And then final football update. This one, a heartfelt one. We got a message on our Instagram page, the podcast Instagram page, and it was someone from our former team who we've, only spoken highly of this team. But this guy reached out and he said, I forgot what he said, but he said something to the effect of, I'll miss you guys. You guys.
He's like, I love the podcast.
Love
keep
the
it
podcast.
up.
Keep it up.
We're just playing football with you.
That's what it was. So, Stevie, shout out to you. I hope you continue listening. And I hope you don't, go back and tell them the shit that we've been talking about.
But good luck for the season.
Good
Good luck for the season. I hope when you go in goal for your rostered week, you have a good you have a good time.
Wait, he actually is the goalie sometimes, though. He actually is the fill-in goalie.
So I wish you all the best, Stevie, and continue listening.
Alrighty, boys. Today we're playing actor Tic Tac Toe.
Wow.
So if you weren't here for the last time we played this game, essentially we've got a little grid. Right, we've got a couple of movies, a couple of actors, and for the first round we'll be doing the movies. So
Hop onto YouTube because it'll look nice there.
We'll have the grid up on YouTube.
Yeah,
you can see columns, rows, who's winning, who's not.
we have 3 movies across and three movies down. And so what you need to do is you've got to find an actor who have been in 2 of those movies. And then you got to basically make, it's tic-tac-toe. You know how to play that game. You got to make 3 in a row to win. So
Right.
it'll be Sen versus Kush because me and Miguel do not know any of these.
Ro and I have spent hours trying to prepare these grids.
Hours. You don't know how long it takes to prepare these grids. For you two to have a fun time. So I hope you're appreciative of this effort. Across, we have the movies Ocean's 11,
Great movie.
Tropic Thunder,
Great movie.
and The Hangover.
Great movie.
Classics.
Down, we have even better classics. Valentine's Day,
Never
Wow.
seen it.
Avengers Endgame,
Seminal classic.
and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Kind of overrated.
So have a think, boys, of actors that have been in those combinations of movies.
Yeah.
Kush,
Yeah.
we'll begin with you.
I'm going to start with Avengers Endgame and Tropic Thunder, which shows Robert Downey Jr.'s most versatile acting range.
That's Tony Stark.
Tony Stark, of course, yeah. But we're going to say Robert Downey Jr. He plays a white man in one of the films, and he plays a black man.
So outrageous.
So Kush has gone straight down the
he's
middle,
gone
which is
middle.
the tactic, which is the tic-tac-toe tactic.
Correct. That is a correct pick.
Maybe you're going to try and go diagonal there, Kush.
Maybe.
He's got every single option with the middle piece.
That's true. He's got free real estate, which you love, Kush.
Oh, wow.
I might go the top left hand then.
Which
That's
is
Ocean's
So
11.
I'll go for Ocean's 11 and Valentine's Day. I'll go Julia Roberts.
That's good.
Julia Roberts.
Julia. That is a correct pick.
I'm also
Kush.
going to go Ocean's 11. And I'm going to go Endgame now. And I'm going to say my boy Don Cheadle.
Donathan.
Ooh, that is a very nice pick.
I've never even heard of this guy.
Don Cheadle.
Are you kidding me?
If you see his head,
Have you watched Ocean's 11?
No, I haven't seen
So
it.
Exactly
he's
no.
an American actor, but for some reason in this movie he does a British Cockney accent. And it's the worst accent I've ever heard. It's actually the worst accent in all of movies, I'm pretty sure.
is that the versatility of
Show him, he'll know who it is.
this
Don
guy? You've
Cheadle.
seen this guy.
Oh, that Don Cheadle.
Dude, you know Don
That's Donnie?
Cheadle.
Yeah,
That's big Donnie. That's the good Donnie.
Oh, Donnie.
Hey, that's big Donnie. All
How
right.
am I doing, right?
So correct.
How am I doing?
So Kush has currently got Avengers Endgame and Ocean's 11 and Avengers Endgame and Tropic Thunder, which is the 2 in the middle.
So I need
Kush,
to get
you need to, Sen,
Avengers-
you need to block him.
Endgame and Hangover.
Hangover and Avengers Endgame. Sen. To stop Kush from winning, that is the one you need.
Oh, isn't the Asian bloke in? Nah.
Ken Chong.
Ken Jeong, yeah.
Is he?
Community, that's I've seen him in that.
I'm thinking of similar you. That's
Whoa.
it's a bit dicey, that one. Is Paul Rudd in Hangover?
I don't think so. I won't tell you.
All right. I'm going to go for Hangover and Avengers Endgame. I'm going to go Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd.
I don't know any movies.
I'll look it up, but Kush, was he in it?
I'm going to say no. I don't think Ant-Man was in Hangover.
I can confirm, Senny, that he is not,
I
unfortunately.
was thinking of Big Zach, the Big Donny.
This is Zachy G.
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis. I got
Wow.
confused. They kind of look similar.
They do.
I mean, do they?
Paul Rudd
One of
and
them's
Zach.
fat,
No
one of them's
way.
not. Like, respectfully, they're not the same.
All
Do we
right.
give Senny another go?
Sen, yeah.
All right, give me. I'm not good with movies. All right, I reckon.
But this is just for like vanity's sake, because you're not you.
Yeah,
But can you get one on the top row above me? Can you get two? So you
Because then
put a
that
little-
puts pressure on Kush that he has
He
to
has
get the
to,
one you
must
can't
make.
get.
Yeah.
I don't know about the top. I got one for the bottom, bro.
Okay.
I'm gonna get. This is just for my own pride right now.
Get more points on the board.
All right, Ocean's 11 and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It's my man Brad Pitt.
Nice. That's
Brad
good.
Pitt is
That's good.
indeed in both films. Cushy.
Yeah.
For the win. Avengers
win.
Endgame and Hangover.
Sen, your first option was right. Ken Jeong was in both, but I'm going to say a different person. I'm going to say Bradley Cooper.
Avengers.
In Avengers Endgame, he's the
Brother, where?
little raccoon, little rocket.
Oh,
get done.
Are we accepting? Hang on. He wasn't in the movie. He wasn't in the movie. Where was he in the movie, brother?
He was there as a little raccoon going around.
No, the
mate.
raccoon was in the movie.
Nah, little do you know.
I don't know we accepted voice actors.
Surely it counts as still an actor.
Is he in the credits?
Is he credited as a
No,
cast
we said
member?
actors. You act physically in it.
He's voice acting.
He's acting.
There's-
That is voice acting. Firstly, he's not acting.
What do you mean?
Technically, me and Rohit are voice actors. Do we want to reveal that? I don't know.
At some point.
I don't know if I'm ready for the world to see that yet. But shout out to Wilco. But
coming soon.
are we saying voice acting is allowed?
We're saying voice acting.
I thought it was
Is
physical
allowed.
acting.
Even if it's not allowed, your first op was right. Ken Jeong is actually in both.
Yeah, Kushi's got many
Is
things.
he?
Yeah, he's a little. Actually, Ro pointed it out. Community. One of the directors of Community likes to throw in cameos from.
Oh
the
wait, so he was in
Community.
Avengers.
He was in one of the Captain Americas. One of them.
Oh, well, that would have been wrong anyway.
Avengers Endgame features an ensemble cast including Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, etc., Bradley Cooper.
There you go. There he is. He's credited.
Alright,
Cooper's
so
there.
he's credited. So Cushy, well done.
Straight down.
Well,
the
if I
line.
knew the rules of the game, then
All right, we're going TV series and Academy Awards. You'll understand. So across, we've got Game of Thrones, Parks and Recs, and an actor who's won an Emmy. Down,
or
we've got
actress.
or actress. We've got Last of Us, The Simpsons, and an actor or actress who's won an Oscar.
So we struggled in the last round.
So we made it even harder now.
No, I feel like it's a little easier.
easier.
Emmy or Oscar.
All right,
Could be anyone, sir.
Kush, you can go first this round.
I'm gonna go first. Okay, I'm gonna start with something that's happening. The show that's happening right now, The Last of Us, and an actor that's also been in Parks and Rec. I want to say Bill Offerman.
Boom.
So, what's his name in Parks and Rec? The character's name?
Bill Offerman. Anyway,
Bill
Senny, you're up. So Kush has one on the board.
Delete that, Kush. All right, we'll go Last of Us as well, and Game of Thrones. I'll go my man Pedro Pascal.
Yes,
Pedro.
sir.
He's on Jimmy Fallon the other night, I saw.
He was on Hot Wings as well. Hot One, sorry.
Well, that's what I saw.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
yeah,
saw
that's
that
what I
as
saw.
He's a big man now. He's a big boy. He's doing well.
So you've blocked Kush, so we can't get the top row. Kush,
Good.
You've not done it well here because you can only go for a win.
Down.
You can only go down the middle.
Parks and Rec and Simpsons. Simpsons has a lot of guest stars. It does. I'm going to take a shot in the dark and I'm going to say Rashida Jones. She was quite big in Parks and Rec, so I'm going to hope that she was a guest star in one of the Simpsons episodes.
Well, Simpsons been what, 31 seasons?
Surely anyone
20
in Parks
episodes?
and Rec, right? Yeah.
Mate,
Rashida Jones.
600, 700 episodes there.
Rashida Jones voiced Portia in season 24 episode The Changing of the Guardian.
Wow. You love to
Technically,
see
anything
that.
after season 10 doesn't really count with Simpsons. But fine, we'll allow it.
Done well there, Kush. I respect that highly.
All right, it's a race to the bottom. I'll go Simpsons Game of Thrones. Like you said, every man and their dog has guest appeared on it. So I'll say Peter Dinklage, Mr. Tyrion Lannister.
Ooh, definitely.
That is correct. So Santa's gone the strategy of not blocking Kush.
It's just
Santa's gone down the left column, and Kush has gone down the middle column. So Kush, for the win, Kush, can you name an actor who's been in Parks and Recs and been nominated for an Oscar to win? Or do you want to block Sen and name someone who's been in Game of Thrones and been nominated for an Oscar?
I can't
Options. You got options.
Think, I got options. Game of Thrones did have a big cast, but
They
I
did.
can't think of...
Surely plenty of Oscar nominees.
I actually
they're
don't
all
think
they're
they
all
were.
TV actors.
Yeah.
They don't venture into the world of movies.
Exactly. So I think I'm going to go with Parks and Rec and Oscar. I think there's one man that's coming to light. I'm going to say Sam Elliott, the mustache man.
Sam Elliott has been in Parks and Recs, and he has been nominated for an Academy Award.
it.
Cushy,
Bang!
we have a dub.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. The final round. You've seen how difficult it is for specific actors and specific TV shows and specific movies. So now we're just doing a little fun round. This is a little fun game for Sen to come back. So we're going actors and actresses once again. All right, with the columns. We've got red hair, black hair, blonde hair. And in the rows, are they from the USA, the UK, or Australia?
We've really dumbed it down.
Yeah, we've packed it in here. So all you need to do is find an actor from a particular country and their hair color.
Oh, it's their hair color.
Let's do a 2v2.
What?
Let's get me and Migs versus Rowan Sen here.
Yeah, all right.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Bro's
Let's finish it
knowledge
off
here.
with a little duo here. I feel like we have it. There's
We'll
enough
run
knowledge.
duos. We'll run duos.
We're on duos. All right. Should we start first, Migs and I?
Sure.
Go for it.
Migs, do you back any winning combination here?
I would like to secure the middle one,
Middle one?
but I don't know. So what's the middle one? Black hair and UK, mate.
It's black. Oh, I thought it was blonde. Shit.
The far right
Sen,
one is
Sen,
blonde.
just quickly. Are you thinking of a black-haired British man at this point in time?
Absolutely, I am.
Beautiful.
Black hair British man.
I reckon there's a couple here. We can
Yeah, go on, shoot.
You got 5 seconds
would you
because
like
this is
me to-
ridiculous.
All right, Ben Whishaw.
Who? This guy's making up names at this
No,
point.
such a muffy. He's 100%.
I'm
What
just
about,
gonna
what about
believe ya.
Idris? What about
He doesn't have hair.
He does.
He does sometimes. He gets a cut,
So,
and if he had it, he'd be black.
yeah, both of them are right. Both of them
All
are
right,
All right. So they've taken the middle one. Sen,
Where do you want to go, Ro?
I'm thinking blonde USA.
All right. Who you got?
Thinking Reese Witherspoon.
Beautiful.
Okay. Okay.
So let me see the board. Let me see the board.
So we've
So
gone
where do
top right, and you guys have gone middle.
So where do you want to go, Kush? Do you want any redheads?
Redheads USA. I can think of one.
All right, I can go blonde Australia as well. So
let's
are
do
we
blonde
trying to target that diagonal? Margot Robbie,
Beautiful.
It's easy.
Bang.
easy one.
It's too
Done.
easy.
That's too easy. So what do they need to block us?
So we need to block them with the red USA.
Red
Sen.
USA.
Red USA. All
Is this a
right.
tough one? Do you know it?
No, I mean, wait, are we saying just actors or actresses? Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
actresses, actors, the whole lot.
All right.
Red USA. It's tough.
Red?
Red?
Comedians?
Were
Oh,
they in
yeah.
a film or TV show?
No, Bill
Yeah.
Burr. Bill Burr voiced
Bill Burr.
his own like TV series.
Yes, there you
So
go.
we'll
take
give
Bill
him
Burr.
that. Bill Burr.
Boom.
The most famous, I suggest.
Alrighty. So where else can we go, Cushy?
USA black, Australia black. We can go, or we can go horizontal as well. Correct?
Yeah. So I think we should get Australia black hair. So we. Oh wait, no, we got to block them.
Yeah, we got to block. I
Black
think
USA. Oh no,
black,
I nearly.
yeah.
I nearly
I
missed
almost
that
said something like, are you?
I nearly
I was
missed
gonna be like,
that.
bro, show him the board.
Me and Sen gave each other a look, thinking these guys are clowns.
Black hair USA.
Black hair USA. There's a lot.
No, just take any
There's
pick.
a lot.
Pick one.
Let's go Al Pacino.
Take him grey now.
Hey, in his heyday.
Al Pacino
Alright.
sounds Italian to me.
American.
He's
Italian,
American, he's
Italian.
American.
Come on.
In his heyday, black
All
hair.
right.
Give us that.
So we need to block
We need to
them
block
now.
them now.
Black hair Australia.
Black hair Australia.
It gets a little tough here now. Black
Oh.
hair Australia.
Does Hugh Jackman
Yeah,
have
Hugh
black hair?
Jackman. He's got black hair. Hugh Jackman. There you go. Yeah,
Bit
yeah.
brown.
Can you have a quick look at Hugh Jackman's face?
All right, well,
Because I think it's black, but I
think
don't
it
know
might be
that
brown.
many.
I think it might be a light brown associated with Mr. Jackman here.
I don't know if that's black, fellas.
Oh,
Show us, show us.
Here we go.
I doubt it is black.
Look at that.
Have a look. Give us a look.
Look at that. Look
I
at
reckon
that.
that's
that's
brown.
That's brown.
That's
That's brown.
brown.
That's brown. That's brown.
All right, let's think of ethnic people because they definitely have black
I can't
hair.
even think of Australian actors right now.
Australian ethnics are tough.
Like for example,
Absolutely.
Ronnie Chang. Has he been in any movies or TV shows?
Yeah, Crazy Rich Asians.
Bang, Ronnie
All
Chang.
right, Ronnie Chang. We'll take
Is
Ronnie
he
Chang.
Australian though? He was.
No, he's
He's half Australian. He's married in
he
Australia.
American?
was he born in like Singapore or something?
Born in Singapore.
But then he did uni in Australia.
I think he's
he's
have an
got-
Australian passport.
I think he's. We'll have to call him up and ask him.
Okay, fine.
I don't think we can consider that one then.
But we'll let you have another.
No, okay, we'll have
Like,
another
yeah,
crack.
Third crack.
Okay, Australian black hair. All I'm thinking
Who's
is like
Australian?
Nassim Hussain.
I don't think he's been in a movie.
I reckon you got 5 seconds.
Well, I think he's been in a TV show.
Fucking hell.
What's the Master of None? No, he's not.
That's a Zidane. Sorry, bro. You're racist. All right.
All right,
Time's up,
pass.
time's up.
Time's up.
Do you have one? I don't have one.
I think I've got one, and I'm not 100% sure if it's black hair, but search up Ben Mendelsohn.
Nah, he's got brown hair as well.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh no, surely not. Ben Mendelsohn. He might actually have blonde hair, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
Ben
definitely not.
Mendelsohn.
It's not black.
The old geezer.
Yeah,
he's an
the
old geezer.
He's got white
Kush,
hair.
mate.
What is he? White hair?
This is not black.
What the hell is that?
Oh,
That is
no.
as brown as it comes.
Oh no.
All right, so we got another chance.
You got another
here.
chance.
All right,
Think
black
of ethnics. Think of the
Australian
ethnics.
actors.
Australian actors.
Australian. Oh,
Oh, actresses.
All right, go on.
So you got one.
All right, no, we
So
have to clutch
pressure's
up.
on.
We have
Pressure's
to clutch
on.
up here. So,
Wait, surely we get another guess. These fuckers had like 10
Nah,
guesses.
we'll give them one. We'll give them one. We'll
give
give them
him
that.
one, give him one.
But there's time pressure
I
associated.
can't think
with
of
this
any
guess.
ethnic ones. Who?
yeah, like think of a who last name. Do we get credit somewhere? I've been in the background of Cheese TV.
Can't think of any, bro.
No ethnics that you can
You
think
have
of.
5 seconds.
Okay. I'm going to say Ronnie Cheng. Look him up. Is he Australian? Let's see what Google says.
Yeah, we'll see what Google. We'll take it to Google.
All right, we'll fact check that one. Ronnie Cheng.
He grew up in Australia. He did uni
Ronnie
here.
Zin Yi Cheng is a Malaysian comedian and actor.
Ooh, unlucky fella.
All right.
Has lived in New York City since 2015.
Push for the win.
I'm going to say Joel Edgerton.
He sounds white. I don't know if white people have black hair, my
I
friend.
think it's
Brown as well.
Is
dude.
it? No way.
Dude, which white person have you seen have black hair? It's very rare.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Let's have a look, fellas. Fact check this. Go on, have a look at the photo.
I don't know. That is dark brown.
That's brown.
That's
You can't have-
shit.
Brown, that's brown.
Why do you think that white people, they don't have black hair?
I'm starting to think, what, do any of us have black hair then?
That we all have black hair.
Okay, all right. Ethnics.
I think this is tough.
Like any diversity, you know what I mean? Like Sam Pang, has he been somewhere?
None of these guys have been in movies, though.
TV show, they have to be actors.
Oh. Well, then Nazim Hussain would count.
Well, that's what I've been saying the whole time.
Oh, I thought it was just movies. Oh, then yeah, we'll
I
say
thought it
Nazim
was, I thought it was
Hussain.
cool.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
answers
yeah.
out left, right,
Yeah.
and center. Thank you very much. We blocked them.
All right.
We don't win, but we stop them from winning.
All right.
We'll see. I was going to go Super Wog potentially.
Yeah.
What's his
Yeah,
name?
yeah. Then
Theo?
yeah,
Theo.
I don't think we can win as well, right?
there can
Show
be
us
no
the
winner.
board.
Oh, actually, no. There's
Only we can win, Sen.
can
No, we could win.
no. They can win as well if they go.
we got
straight
to go in
down.
the middle. We've got to go
So UK red.
UK.
UK red.
Yeah.
UK red.
Shut up. What do you mean? Yeah.
I got plenty, yeah. I got-
Shut the fuck
Show me the board.
up.
Blonde hair UK. We can
Blonde hair. UK,
maybe
we
give
can
that a go.
easily- Yeah.
yeah, so easy. Go.
Easy.
Emily Blunt has blonde hair, right?
No, she's
What's
brown.
what's her name? What's
Is Kush
Emma,
colorblind?
Emma Watson?
She's got brown
She's
hair
brown
too.
as well.
She's brown.
Oh, none of them are brown. Was she a redhead at one point?
No, but we can't do it at one point.
Natural hair color has to be brown.
What are you talking about?
Or current hair color has to be
UK
brown.
blonde. Who's blonde from the UK?
I'm fairly sure. Emily
She's
Blunt
naturally
brown?
brown.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's blonde right now.
Well, then you just said you can't do it at a point in time.
Daniel
Right.
Craig, is he blonde?
No, he's brown as well, dude.
Are you
Kush is
serious?
Kush dead set has no idea.
All right, we're going to pass on, but respectfully, isn't one of the guys from the In-Betweeners blonde? I don't know their names,
Yes,
but
yes.
think about that one.
The Friends guy. Can we say the Friends guy?
You have to see. You don't have to know the name of Jay.
Wait, I'm going to check Daniel Craig because I just want to.
Just Emily Blunt as well.
His hair's brown, bro. Shut up.
He says brown.
Right, Red UK Sen. I'm thinking
I have one.
Ed Sheeran. No.
Oh, no, I was going to say Rupert Grint.
Yeah, Rupert Grint.
Rupert
bang.
Grint, I don't think his hair's
Isn't he not red?
I'm pretty
No,
sure
of course
blonde.
it's red. Of course
I
it's
think
red.
it's blonde.
Of course
It's
he's a redhead.
definitely not blonde.
Of course he's a redhead, mate. As if they're
might be
dyeing his
colourblind.
hair red for the Harry Potter films,
I might be
mate.
colorblind then.
We'll give you that. We'll give you that. Fair enough.
I think that's pretty red to me, mate.
That's pretty red, yeah.
Show us the board.
Rupert Grint. All right,
So we can't win now.
Let's give an update. You guys can't win, but you need an Australian redhead to stop me and Sen from winning.
Fuck, an Australian redhead.
Australian redhead.
I can think of another Australian actress, Sam Weaving, but I don't think she's redhead.
Redhead.
There is no Australian redhead.
Australian redhead. I've seen one at the Nah, Australian redhead.
They don't exist. Australian redheads don't exist.
Do you have one?
Yep.
Yes, Sonny, yes.
Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah.
Australian redhead.
Let's go.
I'm not going to look it up, but I'm pretty sure this person is red.
Home and Away, Neighbours. Surely some. But I don't know. I don't know that personally.
Can you think of anyone on TV potentially? Reality
We
TV.
don't allow rangers on TV.
Think of The Bachelor. I'll give you Bachelor, Bachelorettes.
Any of the Irwins? Redhead? No.
Irwins? No, I don't think so. What are other popular Australian?
Look, if you don't know, you don't know.
No, I honestly don't.
Hugh Jackman.
Incorrect. Send. End this.
Isla Fisher.
Oh, that's Tekkers from you.
Let's go.
That
Send.
is
Is that
Tekken.
confirmed or do I need to
No,
look?
she's
Double
definitely a
check it,
redhead.
double
She's
check.
100% a redhead.
I think she dyes her hair blonde, but I think she's a redhead.
Naturally a redhead.
Now, well done, Seth. That's Tekkers.
Seth,
That's Tekkers, Seth.
Bravo. That's excellent from you.
Well done. Well done.
Well done. Good win, fellas.
As always, this episode is sponsored by our great friends at Manscaped. You know, as we alluded to, like our soccer team that we have now, it's pretty much, Manscaped only. Like we told this story in the Logue about how Thevy, our captain, bought Manscaped, and then like 5 other people piped up. They were like, I have Manscaped.
Someone said they had the subscription.
Yeah, one of my mates has a subscription to Manscaped. He says he literally,
Class.
pays a little bit of money every month, gets a new pair of boxers, gets some body wash. He loves it. And so, like, all I can say, we preach this every single week, right? The reason why people came and played chess when they had never played it ever is because they wanted to get their hands on a Manscaped box.
Absolutely.
Prized possession.
Prized possession. Not only that, we have our friend Carter, who has shipped us all the flavors of Prime Energy and Prime Drink for us to consume. Do you know how much he paid for the shipment? Do you know how much shipping costs from the US to Australia?
How much,
much?
bro?
$120.
Fucking hell.
And what did we promise in return for that? We promised a Manscaped box. So you can see the lengths that people are going to get the Manscaped. And what is in a Manscaped box, right? You've got the Lawnmower 4.0. You've got, the Weed Whacker X.0. They do all these things. They shave your nose. They shave your ears.
Get a bit of ball toner, bit
Ball
of ball
toner.
deodorant, some boxes.
They shave your nuts. They've got
Body wash.
everything that you need to be perfectly groomed. And we're offering you 20% off and free shipping. Not exclusively. Right? It's a pretty common offer.
Hey,
But
use our code.
But if you do want to purchase some Manscaped gear, go onto manscaped.com, use the code TCB, you'll get 20% off and free shipping delivered straight to your door.
New segment today, fellas, called Fractured Thoughts. Now, you might be wondering, what the hell is a fractured thoughts? Well, we were thinking of segments to do in this podcast room, and Rohit made the keen observation that my finger is fractured, and I have fractured it playing the beautiful game of OzTag, playing in Division 6 social sport, and I've come out with a fractured finger. Was it worth it? That's besides the point. Anyways, they've seen my fractured finger and thought, let's somehow incorporate it into the podcast. So we are coming up with some thoughts that are fractured, that are intrusive or rogue, or that we technically shouldn't be putting out into the world.
Shouldn't be saying it all.
But for the sake of content and your guys' entertainment, we'll put it out in the world. So, Rowie, tell me, what is your first fractured thought of the day?
Look, my first fractured thought was Miggs. Well, I actually got this idea when Miggs sent me the X-ray of his finger, asking my non-medically trained brain whether he thought my finger's fractured. I looked at his finger. I didn't know if it was fractured, but I hoped it was, and I hoped I could fracture. For some reason, I just thought, like, I've never broken a bone before, and like he messaged me after saying it was fractured, and I was like, I feel like I'd like to fracture a couple more of his fingers just to see what it felt like to hear the bones break.
What the fuck? Should I be worried?
I was like, but this is why it's a fractured thought. Like, I'm not going to do it.
No, but it was my fingers. It wasn't anyone's fingers. It was my fingers.
Because they're already fractured. I may as well get the whole collection. It's like the Infinity Stones.
All right, Thanos. Fucking relax.
So, like, I don't know. Like obviously I can do it, but you have those flashing, like, just thoughts that come across your head, a bit intrusive, being like, I wonder what it'd feel like to break all these fingers.
Is it like that thought
Fight
when
the
like
demons.
you have a finger in you put your finger in your mouth at any point, and you're just like, I want to crunch it,
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
carrot.
You hear like that saying, it's like, oh, the force needed to chop your finger off is like as much as you give a carrot. And like, I've tried it.
You tried it.
So what's stopping it?
Like, you're mental.
The demons.
It's a mental game. Like, you don't believe that you can crunch it as hard
Can
as you
I
can
ask,
crunch
Roy,
a
what is
carrot.
it that you specifically want from this experience? So you want to hear the sound of a bones breaking from your like hand? Is that the main?
All right, Dr. Phil. No, I'm just curious because like I've never broken a bone. I've never felt what it feels
Touch
like.
wood.
Well, yet. But I would like to just like, I would just like to break a bone to see like how difficult it is.
As in your own bone or any person's bone?
Well, like usually it's like my own bone, but in this case it's yours because you're the one who fractured the finger. So I thought you're already injured. You may as well. I'll give you a week off work.
That's how it works. But
That's definitely how it works. Anyways, let's just move on and stop psychoanalyzing this. It was just a flashing thought. I'm not actually going to break Manu's fingers.
we'll level it out. Cushy, what's your fractured thought?
I had one that's quite personal to me.
Oh, here we go.
You know, you go into cinemas, you watch some movies, yeah? I went to watch an old classic, Lawrence of Arabia, and there was two people right behind me. Mind you, it's a pretty empty cinema, but there's two people who decided to sit there behind me. Talk through the ads, I don't care. Talk through the NRMA shit, means nothing to me. But once you're 20 minutes in and now you're just talking. You're just talking
away.
the film. I do want to get up and turn around and slap them across the face. Slap him silly. Open your mouth again. You know that? You remember that ad where it's like that one guy keeps slapping kids who keep. That's what I wanted to do.
Have you guys seen that ad?
No.
I've no recollection of this ad.
What was it for? What was the ad for?
It was.
I don't know what it was for, but it's basically this.
There's a guy at a barbecue and he was just fucking slapping anyone that came in his way, like women, children, old people. It was like an Australian ad. What was it for?
They let this on TV.
Yeah, it was like a
dude.
kid's poor manners and stuff, and then he slapped the kid, and the mom was like, "How dare you do this?" He slaps the mom.
He just fucking slaps the shit out of everyone.
It's a massive slap. That's what I
Like
wanted
the police
to do.
company slaps
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Wait, what was it selling?
The power of the hand.
I've not seen this.
I don't
Maybe
remember
like
that.
an energy drink or something. I don't know. It was. I remember that ad.
It's one of the greatest ads of all time.
It's so funny, but that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get up and just whack him, just wallop him. Left
That
and
one's
right.
that one's justified.
Understandable.
What would ever push you to that point?
I've never even done the hey guys, do you mind just keeping?
Oh, you didn't even say anything.
I haven't even. No, I didn't even.
Do you turn around and give him a look or something? Or?
I do that. I try to make it obvious, you know. Do a little turn around, you know, get up from my seat, little look around. Who's making that noise? But yeah, I think the next step for me is probably the verbal. I think that's enough out of you, mate. Settle down, pipe down.
I think you got to go. One day you're just gonna snap. I reckon.
I reckon one day I will. One day I will snap.
No, it'll have to be like in a movie that you're really enjoying.
Like in a movie that you've waited months to
yeah.
see.
Correct,
You've
yeah.
paid extra to see this, like a VIP experience or something.
Yeah.
You've hyped it up, and then there's these two
Chirping
buffoons
away in the
chirping
background.
around.
Yeah, then I'm gonna get up and.
Do you ever wish you were in America? You think you just pull out your gun on them?
Legally, don't answer that.
It's a common occurrence over there, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would love to have a gun. Just like solve so many of your issues.
Moving on to Sen's fractured thoughts.
You have a problem with someone just
Do you see that bloke in Australia that had a full like firing range,
Yeah.
like as a bunker?
Yeah.
what? No.
Yeah,
So like in one of his house on his sofa, it was actually like a secret entrance. So you press a button, the sofa like lifts up, and he had a proper like firing range at
It's
the
like
bottom.
James Bond
That's
shit.
sick. Yeah.
Like
What
he
the
had
hell?
targets and everything. That
how do they find
automatically,
it?
like
You got
I think
ratted out
someone-
by a neighbor.
Yeah, he got ratted.
Oh, they just heard.
No, it was
Yeah,
soundproof.
they know. Like he's obviously shares
He's
the
told.
experience a little bit.
Yeah.
Why is that illegal?
Because he has every gun under the sun.
He has
but
access
he's-
to weaponry.
It's for personal pleasure only. He's not taking
That's
it out.
illegal
easy on
in this
people.
country, Centurion.
Yeah.
I saw he had like sniper rifles with like the 50 cal
So
bullets.
is that
and
something you
shit.
once said? Would you like to carry a gun in Sydney,
Is that
Australia?
your
No,
intrusive
no.
thought of the day? Your fractured
I mean,
thoughts?
it's one of my many intrusive thoughts.
What would you do if you had a gun in hand? What would you do?
I would never shoot anyone.
Would you go Ja Morant on all of us?
Exactly. I would just brandish it and point it at people.
So you go to IG Live and just
Yeah.
make sure everyone knows you got a
Anytime I
strap.
shoot, I'll shoot in the air like Yosemite
like,
Sam style.
yeah, okay.
I don't think you need a gun for that. I think you can just have something that looks like a gun, has the exact same effect.
That's what I was going to say. I reckon you can have it empty. It doesn't seem like you need a loader. You just want to brandish it and go. Glop,
Yeah, I just want
glop,
to brandish
right?
it. Exactly.
You just want to go. Brah. That's all you.
I never want to
right?
shoot anyone. I just want
Yeah.
it just for intimidation. Legally, this is all a joke, by the way. I just want to
Didn't
put
our
that out
mate
there.
order a BB gun off
Yes.
like Alibaba?
Yes, he
and it
did.
got stopped at customs.
Did it?
A guy, one of our friends bought one from China, and it came.
And then he got a letter sent to his mailbox from like, what was it?
It was
Border Patrol.
It was from Border Patrol saying you tried to buy this. We've had to confiscate it because it's illegal.
Does he get the refund at least, or
Nah. Oh, actually, I didn't ask that.
Probably
many.
not.
I don't know.
But he's on a list now for sure. So they're going to check every single thing he buys.
I reckon you just get a good-looking cap gun.
Yeah.
Because then you have the same effect. Pop, pop, pop. And give me the, I don't know who you want to brandish this to,
You think about it, you're on the bus or train, and someone's like sitting on the outside, and like they have a seat there, and you want them to move over. It's a packed bus, and you're like, oh, can you move? And they'll be like, no, and you just
You do one of those moves, you just lift your belt
you
up a
lift
little
it up
bit.
a bit.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah.
you can move, or you can have a mouthful of this barrel.
I would
So
like-
you choose wisely, buddy.
I would love to be in the Western experience, Two people standing opposite each other, toothpick in your mouth, just fiddling with a gun in your hand. You never know who's going to shoot.
You mean like a
duel?
A duel. Yeah, you want a
Western
duel.
I'd love to be in a Western duel. Absolutely. Doesn't it sound thrilling?
No,
respectfully,
frankly,
no.
Oh, I don't know. Sounds quite thrilling to me. Just who's going to shoot first? Who's it going to be?
Imagine you have a problem with someone, you challenge them to a duel.
Yeah, someone took your
At sundown, come here.
and you got to risk your life.
As if you guys haven't thought of that.
Yeah, do it for the thrill. I would love
I
to.
have thought of it, and respect, no.
I've dismissed it immediately.
Exactly.
As
It was a 1 second thought.
I don't know. I'd love to be in a duel.
How is it you dismiss the thoughts?
I don't
but
think
you have
Kush
had the
has.
thoughts.
I would love to be in a duel, honestly. I would, even like a sword duel or one by
Nah,
one.
not a sword.
gun duel, I'll take
Gun duel any
way
day of the
over.
week.
But when I
Yeah.
talk about sword duels, I'm like, you're decked in armor.
What, you want to
What, fencing?
joust?
Yeah. Oh my god. Joust would be top notch.
Yeah, jousting would be fun. I'd get around the jousting.
Yeah, jousting would be fun. I reckon there's
Is there any
something about
skill in jousting?
I imagine
Yeah,
there would
the
be.
What's the difference between jousting and fencing?
You're on a horse.
Jousting.
with
Oh, jousting on a horse.
Horseback, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like jousting you also have like a ton of armor, no?
Yeah, it's so heavy.
Fencing,
Yeah, and like actual swords, right?
No, it's just a long staff.
Yeah.
No, it's a pointed stick.
It's a pointed stick, yeah.
Fencing is
impale them.
Yeah.
Fencing is just funsies. Like it's like a little foil
Just
saber.
discount Star Wars, bro. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Anyway, my intrusive thought. I went to a basketball game last night. Didn't really care for the basketball, but I only saw maybe half the game because in front of us was a row of kids who were so rowdy and kept standing up during the game and holding up signs. And so like I missed like 3 or 4 3-pointers because this kid would get up with the sign and he was standing right in front of me. And so I would miss it. And then they would start wrestling each other. And then like they would like drop drinks on us. And they started throwing paper airplanes like down. You know how like when you're sitting high up, you just throw it down on
Yeah.
people? So at one point I was getting so angry. I just wanted to kick their chair. But their mother was sitting right next to me.
Yeah.
And so there was one point where I was about to like hit them with like, we had like plastic balls, like go the team. So I was going to hit him with it. And I was like pointing at him and like saying to my mate, I'm going to get him. And then while I was doing it, I saw the mother looking at me at my direction. So I had to quickly pull, I was like, yeah. But if she wasn't there, I honestly would have like just slapped
him a
one of them
little
with the
bit?
head.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, like, the behavior of them standing the three, that's par for the course, I think, with a sports game. A lot of people do the stands, celebrates. The drinking, though, and all that, like the dropping the drinks, the wrestling, that's
Constantly looking back, and like
I would say,
lounging
yeah.
over their chair trying to talk to their mother. I'm like, fuck off, man.
that's a little Adonis word.
And then, so they threw one of the paper airplanes, and one of the stewards actually came up and like gave him a full 5-minute lecture about, it's pointy, it could have hit someone in the eye, and I could just see the mother like doing one of these. I was, I don't know these kids.
No, you have to be, I had a similar sort of thing. Also at a sporting event where the kids in front of me were rowdy. Like I didn't want to smack them or anything like that, but I did want to choke them out because like their little heads are just over the seat, right? So all you need to do is just cut out little
get
guillotine,
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and then just make them go to sleep. That's it. Your problem solved. Dare I suggest?
See? Exactly. Dude, and they were so small as well. You could just grab them by the head, bro. Throw him.
Isn't one of your fractured thoughts how far can you kick a baby?
That's a question I pose often. Yeah,
That's row.
It's not a thought. It's just a
thought experiment.
Wait,
yeah.
how?
No, but the thought is when you're in a park, you see a little kid. I know. Oh, I've said it to you guys. Just randomly. I reckon I could punt that kid.
Yeah,
Wait,
but you
how old
can't,
are we
though.
talking, though? Kid.
It's in a swaddle. Like it's a baby.
So like less than 3 months, basically.
No, less than a year, let's say.
A year? No, I reckon they can develop some bones by then.
Let's say 6 months then.
I reckon when they're soft and everything. I reckon. Sorry, I'm gonna cut that out.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
That's fine. I think it's fine.
That's fine to
We're not
say.
saying we're going to do it. We're just saying it's possible.
I just think there's more.
You'll hurt your foot, bro. That's
Dude,
what
it's
I've
like-
said
I
this
think
whole
it's
time.
easier Kicking a
the
medicine
force,
ball.
though. I think it's easier with the force when they're like extremely young. You know what I mean? They haven't developed the bones, the muscle, so you can set them up.
Convert them.
Convert them. Yeah, 2 points.
All right, I have one fractured thought, and it's something I want to come to life. So I have this thought at every birthday party, right? When someone's blowing out the candles or their cake, I sort of slam their head into the cake.
I thought you said you were going to try and blow out the candles before then.
No,
guess
that's
that's all
rude.
it's
I don't do that. That's rude.
That's rude.
Oh,
Okay.
that's where you draw the line.
So I think that's one of your birthdays, bro. I was this close to doing it, bro. I was this, because I think it was the one where you were ungrateful. I'm like, this could be fucking fun.
You're grateful.
Just slam his head right into the...
No, I'm aligned with that. Every time I see those big pies and stuff, just throw it straight
Smack
at
'em.
someone's head, man.
Have you seen the video of someone doing that and the chick getting knocked out?
There's
force-
the videos that are stopping me from doing it.
So like, I don't think I'm all for it.
It ruins the whole thing. It's just,
Yes.
Yeah, you can't do it.
someone's gone out of the way, bought like $100, spent a day.
It has to
getting
be like a
cake.
$5 cake. Right?
Yeah,
it
so
has
like
to be
a
a $5.
Woolies mud
No,
cake or
even
something.
that's not funny. I actually, no, you know what? I don't stand for it. But the reason I don't stand for it, I think, is because I saw that video of that chick just getting knocked out. Like her mate just like hits her on the cake and she obviously hits the table because the force went so far.
Oh,
And then
so it
she
wasn't
just,
a
like-
throw. It was a.
No, I mean the
straight
cake
out.
is on this table, and I slam his head into the table.
Yeah.
I think you need a bit of a. If there's a cushion underneath, like not a table, maybe then yes.
When have you been served a cake with a cushion underneath, bro?
Yeah, you
Or
can't
cutting
do
a
it.
cake on a bed. What?
But I would like to see that in person. I've only ever seen
Someone
So
else's
you're
birthday.
so you're talking about like a cream pie you throw it on someone's
Yeah,
face,
like
like in
little
the movies.
Steve
Yeah.
Aoki style, throw it into the crowd, that kind of stuff.
Fair enough.
I have one fractured thought. And I think this is a pretty common one though. I think like when you're driving and I don't know, you just want to swerve. You just want to swerve into oncoming traffic. Am I the only one who has this thought?
I think so.
As a passenger, I sure hope that doesn't come
No,
up.
it's often, okay, I'll tell you exactly when I have these thoughts. Like it's obviously very rare, but it always happens at about the same time. I'm not listening to any music. There's no simulation. I'm driving with no passengers. And sometimes the thought just comes across like my whole life could just change in an instant. Like if I just do this, like, or if I just run over some people on the sidewalk. Do you know what I mean? Like how, and then I have a little thought about like what my life looks like after that. It's like, oh, I'd have to go to court. Will my friends be friends with
an
me?
LJ lad.
This sounds like a
LJ.
scene from fucking Joker and dealing with his loneliness, man. That's what it sounds like to me.
Concerning. So should we recount the story? We were all three of us were passengers in someone's car.
Oh, yeah.
And he asked the driver to just swerve onto a pole.
What the fuck?
And then he's like, bro, just do it.
I
Let's
think
do
we've
it.
talked about this story before.
We have, and it's
Yeah.
psychotic.
No, I was plastered, and obviously someone like my friend was, Jeffrey was driving us home, the nice man that he is, and I just told him, I reckon I'm pretty happy
And
with
he
my
actually
life.
probably would have.
I just said I was pretty content with my life, and if you want to swerve into a pole, I have no problem.
Yeah,
Just
but
do
you were
it.
not in the right state of mind to say that you were content with your life at that point in time.
Obviously not, but like,
Yeah, thanks, Kush.
Just want to make you never know with this guy.
no, but even if I were to, I'm not going to put that out to the universe.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
Don't,
put that
don't
out to the
speak such
universe.
Weird
real
now.
things.
But apparently I'm the weirdo for wanting to brandish a gun everywhere.
I'm not.
That
I'm-
one's more concerning.
Yeah,
definitely
thank
more
you.
What
concerning.
swerving on? You told me you've never had the thought that you want to swerve into oncoming traffic.
No.
Wow. Oh, you guys are doing me so dirty here.
No, what? I've never.
Well, I'm sure plenty of people have. They can come
No,
to
I'm
my
sure they
aid.
have. I'm sure they have. Alrighty, boys, that brings us to the end of another fantastic episode, I must say. We had a lot of fun recording it. I hope you guys have fun listening to it. If you did have fun, chuck us a 5-star rating on Spotify.
Absolutely.
Even if you didn't have fun, do it anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you would have had fun another week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
even if
that
you're-
week deserved 5 stars.
But even if you're a one-time listener, you didn't have fun and you're going to leave, churn is going to be bad. Respect us for trying, all right?
Yeah,
Give us 5
give
stars.
us 5 stars.
And then go on your merry way
Yeah,
if
go
you
on
have
your merry
to.
way.
That's
Well,
fine.
let's be honest. If you've been listening to us for 195 episodes, you have at least enjoyed 3 minutes somewhere in there. So give us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And check out our YouTube shorts, Kush. Isn't that right?
That's right. YouTube shorts are up. They're nice and dandy. They're coming through 3 times a day, fellas. Enjoy them.
3 times a day.
They are 3 times a day.
Yeah, 3 times
we
a
have
day.
received a comment saying there's too many shorts in my subscription, but
Guess what? I don't give a fuck. They're coming out. Enjoy them.
they are on our main YouTube channel, Critical Banter. Go subscribe to us there. We will see you guys next week.